I am pumped because this Sunday, we're celebrating International Women's Day, y'all. Now, don't worry. You don't have to remember to go out and get anyone flowers. You just have to remember to go out and fight for equal pay for women in the workplace. Yeah. I think it's by the checkout at CVS. Now, I know there are guys out there thinking, oh, International Women's Day? Why don't we have an International Men's Day? God bless you, Twitter. Well, you're in luck, because you do. It's actually on November 19th. But you wouldn't know that because you're too busy celebrating it every other day of the year. Also, fun fact, November 19th is also International Toilet Day. Now, I'm not saying men are toilets, but both holidays are mostly catered towards a bunch of white Johns. I feel like not enough people know about International Women's Day. I remember I asked one guy if he knew what IWD is, and he said, yeah, can you believe George Bush lied about them being in Iraq? What is you talking about? According to Wikipedia, International Women's Day is only an official holiday in 26 countries. And wait for it, the US is not one of them. That's right. Essentially, it's the difference between how I'm treated on this show and how I'm treated when I try to get a drink at a bar. Seriously, what's up, America? You can't give an official holiday to women, but you can give one to a murderer named Christopher who dressed like this? Come on! Come on! Now, the cause I like to focus on most for International Women's Day is education. Because there are 131 million girls not being educated around the world. And based on how long it takes me to calculate a tip on a check, Canada didn't do a great job either. Educating women shouldn't just be a female issue, because it actually helps everyone. And that's not my opinion, that is a fact. That's right. One prominent economist even said investment in the education of girls may be the highest return investment available in the developing world. And even the haters can believe it because that quote was said by a man. Thank you very much. Yeah. In fact, y'all, not teaching girls is literally costing countries trillions of dollars. You don't need to understand economics to know that that's stupid. Which is good because, again, 131 million girls aren't in school. Wake up, come on. We gotta do something about that. Now, another important issue to talk about is maternity leave. Did you know, this is true, y'all, the US is the only first world country that doesn't have guaranteed maternity leave. Yeah. A woman can send a human life blasting through her vagina during 30 hours of traumatic labor, and our government is like, wow, I would have used my vacation days for golf, but you do you. Okay? Come on, that's whack! And yes, and I need to say this is a fact again, there is a wage gap between women and men in the workplace. It is a complicated issue that's tied up in what jobs women can get, bias against working mothers, and straight up just pay discrimination. It's also inseparable from even more severe racial and disability pay gaps. But to fight it, it's important to share your salaries. So I reached out to all the other female broadcast late night hosts, and there weren't any, so perhaps a bigger problem? All right. Where you at? Slowly out here. Now, one thing I'm proud of is that I actually employ a lot of women on this show. In fact, half of my writers are women. Yes. Now, I know it sounds really impressive, but technically that's only 3 people because our budget is very small, but still good, still good. And I'm so grateful to all the women who fought for our right to vote. They struggled to benefit future generations, y'all. It's like how people went to Fyre Fest so we wouldn't have to. And, you know, the conversation always has to involve men. shout out to the dudes who support women. Like Terry Crews, who had the bravery to add his story to the Me Too movement. Round of applause. Actor Alan Alda, who's been a feminist since that word was used as an insult. And Channing Tatum, who really supported straight and bi women with his important work in Magic Mike. Thank you so much. No, but for real, happy International Women's Day. Women are smart, strong, and capable, and tonight my audience is filled exclusively with those women.